Hello aspirants, I welcome you all on the YouTube channel of ANALYST IAS. Our today's topic for topic Decodified discussion is the underwater noise emissions. So we will see by in news what is marine noise pollution, what are the highlights of the recent study, what are the sources of marine pollution, what are the effects of marine pollution, then what are the initiatives to safeguard the marine ecosystem. So first we will see global initiatives, then Indian initiatives. After that, I have given you 3 prelims practice questions. So if you want, you can directly skip or you can read this topic. This is very important. Here is the news cutting. Now we'll start with the topic. According to a new study, measuring underwater noise levels radiated by ships in Indian waters, the rising underwater noise emissions from ships in the Indian waters are posing a threat to the marine ecosystem. The measurement of the ambient noise levels was carried out by deploying a hydrophone autonomous system around 30 nautical miles from the Goa coastline. Marine sound pollution is the excessive or harmful sound in the ocean environment. It is caused by a variety of human activities such as shipping, military sonar, oil and gas exploration, and recreational activities like boating and jet skiing. It can have a range of negative impacts on the marine life, such as its interface with the communication, navigation and hunting behaviors of marine animals such as whales, dolphins and porpoises, as they use this sonar for their daily navigation. This was the definition of this. Now here I have given you an example for you have the ship noises, seismic surveys, wind farm development noises, then you have weather noises, equator noises. But these noises, these are natural and these non-natural. For example, if a killer whale is there and it wants to find the prey, in between these seismic survey wave will basically hinder the process and they will not be able to find this. They will not be able to find the directions for their migrations and all. So these are some major drawbacks. Now, there is increased UNE levels. The sound pressure levels of UNE in the Indian waters are 102 to 115 decibels relative to 1 micropascal, which is 1 decibel, and it is approximately 102 to 115. Scientists have agreed to use only 1 micropascal or 1 decibel as the reference pressure for underwater sound. So it is very much high. Now the UNE is posing a threat to the life of mammals like bottlenose dolphin, manatees, pilot whales, seals, sperm whales. The main form of energy for multiple behavioral activities of the marine animals, which include mating, communal interaction, feeding, cluster cohesion and foraging, is based on sound. Now the frequencies of ships, underwater self noise and machinery vibration levels are overlapping the marine species communication frequencies in the low frequency range of less than 500 Hz. This is called masking. जब एक साउंड दूसरे को मास्क कर ले, this is called masking, which may lead to a change in the migration route of the marine species to the shallow regions and also making it difficult for them to go back to the deeper water. It will also have psychological effects. So these are the impacts. For example, this is the vessel noise, which affect the ability of marine animals to find prey, to rest, to mate and reproduce, to navigate, to communicate and to avoid danger as well. Now in some areas, vessel noise have reduced the area. Some whales can communicate by 90%. So it is a huge loss for the marine species. What are the sources of marine pollution? First is shipping. Large commercial ships as well as recreational boats produce a significant amount of noise through their engines and propellers. This noise can be particularly loud in shallow water and can impact marine life in the surrounding area. Then there are seismic surveys. Seismic surveys are used to locate oil and gas reserves beneath the ocean floor. The surveys involve the use of air guns that produce intense burst sounds which can be harmful to marine life, particularly whales and dolphins. Then underwater construction. The construction activities such as drilling, pile driving and dredging can produce significant amount of noise which can impact the marine life in the nearby area. Then there is military sonar. The military ships and submarines use sonar to detect other vessels and underwater obstacles. the high intensity sound produced by sonar can be harmful. It is harmful to marine life, particularly whales, dolphins and other small species. What are the effects of UNE? This is underwater noise emission. UNE means underwater noise emission. Then there is disorientation. Loud noises can disorient marine mammals and cause them to become confused or disoriented, which can lead to injury or death. Then there can be behavioral changes. Noise pollution can alter the behavior of marine animals, such as their feeding patterns or migration routes, which can have long-term effects on the health of the population. Then there can be masking of communication. Loud noises can mask the communication signals of marine animals, making it difficult for them to locate potential mates, communicate with their offspring and find food as well. There would be psychological stress. Exposure to loud noises can cause psychological stress in marine animals, which can weaken their immune system and make them more susceptible to diseases. Same is happening to the humans in the case of noise pollution. Strandings. Some marine animals, particularly whales and dolphins, are sensitive to sound and can become disoriented by loud noises. This can result in strandings where the animals beach themselves and often die. Recently, there are many news in which animals are beaching themselves. Now, what are the initiatives to safeguard the marine ecosystem? This is the Global Program of Action for the Protection of Marine Environment from Land-Based Activities. The GPA is the only global intergovernmental mechanism directly addressing the connectivity between terrestrial, freshwater, coastal and marine ecosystems. This is the only global intergovernmental mechanism. Then there is MARPOL Convention of 1973. It covers pollution of marine environment by ships from operational or accidental causes. It lists various forms of marine pollution caused by oil, noxious liquid substances, harmful substances in packed form, sewage and garbage from ships, etc. The London Convention of 1972, its objective is to promote the effective control of all sources of marine pollution and to take all practicable steps to prevent pollution of the sea by dumping waste and other matter. This is for India. Wildlife Protection Act of India 1972. It provides legal protection to many marine animals. There are a total of 31 major protected areas in the India, covering coastal areas that have been notified under the Wildlife Protection Act. Then there is Coastal Regulation Zone. The CRZ notification prohibits developmental activities and disposal of waste in fragile coastal ecosystems. Then there is Center for Marine Living Resources and Ecology, the CMLRE, an attached office of Ministry of Earth Sciences, is mandated with the management strategies development for marine living resources through ecosystem monitoring and modeling activities. Now we have our today's prelims practice question. Which of the following African nations does not have a coastline along the Indian Ocean? Pause the video, try to answer. Here is the answer. As you can see, Somalia, Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, these are near the Indian Ocean. But Ethiopia is landlocked. So the answer to this question is 1, Ethiopia. Now we have our second question. How many ocean depths, this is ocean deeps or trenches, have been discovered in the Indian Ocean so far? You have 4 options. You can try to answer one. Answer is the second one. Now we have our third question, which is the last one, I guess. Consider the following statements. Exclusive economic zone is located 200 nautical miles from the baseline. In yesterday's video, in the purse Cine fishing, I have given you in detail about this topic. So if you have not seen this, you can go through it. And there are many other things in that as well. Then contiguous zone is located 24 nautical miles from the baseline. Territorial sea is located 10 nautical miles from the baseline. Pause the video, try to answer. So basically, this territorial sea, this is not 10, this is 12. So the answer to this question is only 2 of the statements are correct. This was all about today's topic. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay tuned for the next video.